I love falling down a good rabbit hole from time to time. I mean, who doesn't? Surfing the web, trying to figure out how Asus is pronounced, and then magically I'm now reading about horse ebooks? Yeah, I think I might have taken a wrong turn somewhere. Okay, but I'm not actually interested in horse ebooks, I'm interested in horse ebooks. I don't actually think that sounds any better, so maybe I should explain. Hop in, loser, we got a rabbit hole to go down. If you couldn't already tell from the not so clever title, I'm talking about alternate reality games, aka ARGs or ARGs, but I'm not gonna talk like a pirate, so we're just gonna call them ARGs. These games are a little bit weird for a whole variety of reasons, but let me define what an ARG is. Alternate reality games tell a fictional story that starts in one place on the internet and takes you down a long, preferably windy road, to other parts of the internet. Whether that be a different website, a social media page, or even a physical location in real life. But getting to these other parts is the hard part because ARGs tend to require some form of investment out of you because information isn't so easily laid out. It's a form of storytelling, but in order to progress a story, it is required that the audience solves riddles, puzzles, ciphers, that silly tin hat theory, all in the hopes to get to the next story beat. Because of this, ARGs can last a pretty long time, or even never finish because either the puzzles were too hard or simply no one wants to participate. So probably the most mainstream example that I can think of would be the Overwatch ARG featuring Sombra, when they were teasing her to release as a new character. I don't want to focus too heavily on how it was all figured out, but let me try and speedrun this real quick. Okay, so with the release of Anna's backstory, there was a certain timestamp in the video that revealed a certain background of hexadecimal values, when people converted these values to ASCII, and a bit of black magic, aka a Zor cipher. I think that's how it's pronounced. Exor. They got a sentence in Spanish reading, "She who has the information has the power." In that same video, there was a second set of hexadecimal values which revealed Sombra's name when combined with the first message. Now here's the thing, the whole operation does not end there, it continues a bit more where another future video for Overwatch had another cipher hidden, which led the players down the path of finding hidden clues in the actual game of Overwatch. Which to me is so cool and I love it, when outside sources of material directly tie in with video games. This is only one example of an ARG, but let's clear up the picture with the whole horse ebooks and pronunciation books thing. Have you ever looked at a word and thought to yourself, how on earth do I say this? Well, do I have a YouTube channel just for you? It's called Pronunciation Books, a totally normal place to help you with finding out how to say words correctly. And all it was someone just reading random words off like any other pronunciation video on YouTube, although it wasn't until 2 years into the channel where things started to go off the rails. Normal everyday words turned into some real specific sentences, which later turned into the number 77 counting down. This is when people started to catch on that something is a little weird here. I mean, even Funny YouTube Man said something will happen in 77 days in the video.
Something is going to happen in 77 days.
So people went to work and started investigating. Based on the release date of that video, in 77 days, something will happen on September 24th, 2013. There were a lot of tinfoil hat theories, but from what I gathered, most people either thought it was going to be a reboot of the series Battlestar Galactica, or others thought Bungie was teasing something Halo related, especially because of the theming of the number 7. Also, a lot of the videos kept referring to Chief, so doing the math, a couple backflips and a couple kickflips later, people came to the conclusion that there will be good news about Halo on the horizon. I mean, Bungie has to do something great eventually, right? At the end of the 77-day countdown was a really weird video that had the same narrator talk about horse ebooks and some lady talking some nonsense, but we don't really need the specifics here, just the mystery of the horse ebooks is enough. This led people to a Twitter account called Horse Ebooks, and this account has been running just as long as Pronunciation Books. This Twitter account started off pretty normal, promoting cheap ebooks to get online, but quickly turned into something else? Yeah, the Twitter account went off the rails and it just became a whole lot of non sequiturs in a tweet. And now, a word from Horse Ebooks. Everything happens so much. Actually, it was a spam account that used jumbo language to prevent it from getting banned. Now, you may be asking, so Pronunciation Books led to a Twitter account named Horse Ebooks, so what happens next? And unfortunately, it's not that fun of a conclusion, but all of this work was to promote an actual ARG called Bear Stearns Bravo. The game apparently flopped pretty hard because it was locked behind a paywall and no one really wanted to participate. Sharks, here is the reason why I bring up ARGs today. I wanted to talk about the Somnium Files. Okay, wait. I wanted to talk about how the game had an ARG leading up to the release of Somnium Files. So I really think ARGs are pretty cool to begin with, but I love it when games start to do something outside of the game to either promote a new character, the game itself, or just add some more world building or lore in whatever video game world. Spike Chunsoft, the developer for has done an ARG for the first game as well as the second game, both of which were pretty interesting, but I wanted to focus on the ARG made for the sequel, Nirvana Initiative. Spike Chunsoft released a website named the Sunaiku Foundation. I wish I had a pronunciation books for this one. The promise of this foundation was to find missing people, more specifically finding anime characters, which honestly, who really cares? Oh my god, this character has gone missing, not you! Oh, what should we do? I guess I need to bring back the detective magnifying glass because we got an anime girl to save. Anyways, this whole ARG revolves around the Twitter accounts of some missing anime characters and how they woke up in a room with no memories, and in order to get them out, they need to solve puzzles. Well, we actually are the ones that are solving the puzzles. They send out tweets of puzzles, and we, as the audience, had to solve it for them. In total, there were 6 characters in this game that all had similar situations, each having their unique passwords or Nirvana spells that you needed to input on a website. This would all progress to the point where the last password would be found in the actual game itself, which I think is super cool. Unfortunately, the website is pretty messed up and does not allow you to enter the password, so nothing happens anymore. If the website actually worked properly, it would give you a message that offers more lore to the player. Overall, I really enjoyed these little games because I think there was a lot of potential to do some really weird things. Being able to tell an alternate story that directly correlates with the game makes some form of chemical in my head go, whoa. Or maybe I just really like playing detective and these little breadcrumbs are just too much fun to follow. If anything, I would love it if more games in the future would dip their toes into ARGs because there is something really cool seeing people talk about their theories and what it all means. Sometimes it leads to something really fun and enjoyable, or maybe something that will inevitably be forgotten. But the whole journey during an active ARG, I think, is one of the most unique experiences you can be a part of.